Playing Pokemon Go all day can really put a drain on your battery, and there's nothing worse than having a dead battery before you catch Pikachu. Let's fix that. I'm sure you've seen these solar yard lights that light up when it gets dark. This is what we're going to use to keep us charged up. I ripped one of mine out of the ground and brought it in to work on it. Now these lights are solar charged and designed to light up when it gets dark out. They're pretty bright, and in this case, this one has 16 LEDs. Well, 14 that are working. Removing the battery cover reveals 3 nickel metal hydride 1.2 volt AA batteries. Now the housing for this has these pesky little security screws, but not secure enough for me. I found the proper bit and removed all 3 screws to get inside this baby. I popped the 3 batteries out, and I'll save those, and remove the cover for the housing. Man, I love opening things up to see what's inside. Always have, and always will. Using my portable solder gun, I'll remove the wires going to this small circuit board. There were wires going to the battery compartment and also to the LEDs. I'll hang on to this little board that's got a couple of transistors, resistors, a diode, and a small switch. You never know when you're going to need this stuff. And since I have a passion for LEDs, I'm going to remove all of the working LEDs in this light. Okay, now it's time to get to what we really want, and that's this solar panel. I'll be using my Dremel to cut away at this housing because I want to keep the solar panel intact in a little bit of this housing to keep it nice and sturdy. It took a little bit of work and patience, but I was finally able to get through and remove this solar panel. Unfortunately, this Dremel cutting tool doesn't leave a very clean cut, so I'll be using a sanding tool to go over the edges here, and as you can see, this looks pretty good when I'm done. Okay, we've got our solar panel, which according to the specs for this light is rated at 6 volts and 120 milliamps. Now it's time to hook up a multimeter to it and see what kind of voltage this thing puts out. Just under my normal house lights, you'll see I'm getting a little bit over 5 volts, but we're going to be using this outside, and you can see here in bright sunlight, it's pushing just about 7 volts. Now, not only is that voltage too high, but we need to regulate it, so we'll be using this 5-volt boost module to maintain an even 5 volts coming out of this panel. So back to some soldering, where I'll solder the positive wire to the positive input on this module, and you guessed it, the negative wire to the negative terminal. Okay, the main component of our charger is done. Now we need a USB cable with the red and black wires stripped and ready to plug in and test out. Plugging the cable in and checking it with our multimeter, you'll see we're right at 5 volts. But let's take it out into the bright sunlight where we're going to be using this. And sure enough, our module keeps it right at 5 volts. Perfect. Okay, there's one last thing to do, and I'm going to use a small handheld drill with a tiny bit and drill 2 holes at the top of this solar panel housing. Then, taking an ordinary paper clip and bending it into shape, I've made myself a little loop that I can put a carabiner on. And finally, let's put that module in place, so getting some hot glue, I'll put an ample amount on the back of this housing and adhere the module. We're ready. I took it outside and put the panel in the bright sunlight, and I kept my phone in the shade so you can see, and plugged everything in, and sure enough, we're charging. I clipped a solar panel onto my belt loop, and I'm ready to go. Pokemon Go. Now, as long as I'm playing during the day, I'll never have to worry about my phone dying. And there you have it, a low battery fix for Pokemon Go. Keeping things charged is always a problem, but not when it comes to shaving. My brand new Harry's razor with a more flexible hinge is human-powered. I've been telling you about Harry's for a couple of years now, and there's a good reason. Their German-engineered 5-blade cartridges give me a close shave every time with no nicks or cuts. Plus, they're stylish. And I don't even have to go to the store because they're delivered to my door. In fact, their quality is guaranteed, and they'll give you a full refund if you're not happy. It's crazy to pay $32 for an 8-pack of blades when you can get them for half the price at harrys.com. Now, when I first tried them, I got hooked because of the Harry's Starter Kit. It's an amazing deal, and for only $15, you get a Harry's razor, their awesome foaming shave gel, and 3 blades. And because Harry's has been sponsoring my content for some time now, they have a special deal just for my fans. Harry's will give you $5 off your first order with the promo code kipkay5. That's HARRYS.com, and use the promo code kipkay5 at checkout to save $5 off your first order. Click on the link below to start a new shaving experience with Harrys.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.